James Webb Telescope gave us a stunning first look at the depths of our universe.
The James Webb Telescope has given us a fantastic first glimpse into the depths of our universe. In December 2021, the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, was launched with one of the most ambitious missions ever undertaken in space exploration to deepen our understanding of the universe. The JWST is designed to see deeper into the cosmos than any of its predecessors. It's been hailed as a marvel of modern engineering, equipped with the most advanced technology ever sent into space. From capturing the faint glow of the first galaxies that formed after the Big Bang to unraveling the mysteries of distant exoplanets, this incredible telescope has delivered insights that are not just fascinating for scientists, but also for anyone fascinated by the mysteries of the universe. However, the JWST has recently detected something that has shocked the scientific community, a mysterious object that doesn't fit into any known category of celestial body. This discovery has got people wondering about the nature of this object and our place in the universe. What is this strange phenomenon, and what does it mean for us? The James Webb Space Telescope has already transformed our understanding of the universe. By peering into deep space with incredible clarity, it can observe in the infrared spectrum, allowing it to see objects that are invisible to the human eye and even to other telescopes like Hubble. What makes this discovery so remarkable is that it challenges everything we thought we knew about space. This object doesn't behave like anything we've seen before. Unlike stars, black holes, or even the exotic neutron stars and pulsars, it's hard to predict. It behaves erratically, and, to be frank, it's a pretty scary development. The initial assumption was that they were looking at a strange variant of a black hole or neutron star. After all, both of these objects have been known to cause disturbances in their surrounding environments. They bend light, warp space-time, and even swallow nearby gas clouds. But the more they looked at the data from JWST, the more they realized this object was behaving in ways that defy what we know about physics. This object doesn't seem to follow the predictable gravitational pull of black holes. It seems to exert a gravitational force that changes erratically. As if it's constantly shifting, it seems to have a changing mass, and it's making nearby gas clouds twist and spiral in chaotic patterns. The light passing near the object doesn't just bend. It shimmers and distorts in ways that suggest some kind of warping field that scientists still can't fully explain. Some researchers think this could be something completely new, a form of matter or energy we've never seen before. But the object's erratic movements are perhaps the most unsettling aspect of all. Most celestial bodies follow clear, predictable orbits. These are dictated by the forces of gravity and include planets, stars, and even black holes, which move in regular paths that scientists can calculate with extreme precision. But this object doesn't follow any of those rules. Its trajectory changes abruptly, sometimes moving in ways that seem to indicate it's aware of its surroundings. Could this be proof of intelligent design, or is it some kind of naturally occurring phenomenon that simply doesn't fit with current models of physics? What makes this discovery even more intriguing is that the object emits faint signals that we can't fully understand. These signals are completely unlike anything we've ever seen before. Stars, pulsars, and even black holes give off predictable forms of radiation, usually in bursts or steady emissions. But this object's signals are structured, almost rhythmic, as if they're trying to communicate or transmit information. Scientists have tried to decode these signals, but so far, they haven't been able to match them to any known language, code, or even random cosmic phenomena. It's as if this object is using a frequency or method of communication that we don't fully understand. One of the main ideas, although it's still very uncertain, is that this object might not be natural at all. Could it be a remnant of an ancient advanced civilization, or perhaps a probe sent out by an extraterrestrial species long ago, drifting through the cosmos for millennia? These ideas, which might sound like the stuff of science fiction, are now being taken seriously by some researchers. The object's erratic movements and the seemingly purposeful signals have forced scientists to consider possibilities they never would have considered before. What if we're not alone in the universe? What if this object is proof that we've been observed, maybe even studied, by a far more advanced civilization? Some people think the objects could be a completely new type of cosmic entity, something that goes beyond our understanding of matter, energy, and even the laws of physics. We've already learned that the universe is far stranger than we ever could have imagined. Think about the bizarre properties of quantum mechanics or the enigmatic force of dark energy. We're aware there are still significant gaps in our knowledge. Could this object be one of those unknowns? Maybe it's made of a new type of material or a kind of energy that doesn't exist anywhere else in the observable universe. If so, studying this object could reveal some surprising truths about the very nature of reality itself. As scientists keep looking into the object, they've noticed something even more worrying. Its energy levels seem to be increasing. When the JWST first observed it, the object was emitting only faint, irregular signals, but over time those signals have grown stronger and more frequent. Some researchers have even put forward the idea that the object is waking up. It's as if it had been lying dormant for millions, possibly billions of years, and now, for reasons we don't yet understand, it's starting to come back to life. What does this mean for us? Is there a chance the object could pose a threat to our solar system? So far, it seems to be located at a relatively safe distance, but its unpredictable movements and growing energy emissions have caused some concern. If this object can interact with space-time in ways we don't understand, there's a chance it could have a catastrophic effect on nearby stars, planets, or even our own sun. There's a real risk of disaster, especially when we're dealing with forces that are so unpredictable and potentially powerful. The discovery has also made scientists think again about some of the most basic assumptions we've made about the universe. For centuries, we've been looking at the stars and wondering whether we're alone in the cosmos. We've always assumed that if there are other intelligent civilizations out there, they'll be either far more advanced or far less advanced than us. But what if this object suggests something else entirely? What if it's not a civilization at all, but a form of intelligence so alien, so different from anything we've ever encountered, that we can't even begin to understand what it's for? Even more unsettling is the idea that this object might not be the only one of its kind. If one such object exists in the depths of space, could there be others? Could we be witnessing the first of many similar anomalies scattered throughout the universe, each with its own mysteries and potential dangers? The JWST's powerful instruments have only just begun to scratch the surface of what lies beyond our solar system. As we push further into the unknown, what other terrifying discoveries await us? One of the most exciting yet terrifying possibilities raised by this discovery is the potential for a new era of space exploration. If this object is indeed a remnant of an ancient civilization, or even a form of advanced technology, it could offer clues about how to unlock new realms of physics. We could be standing on the brink of discovering new methods of space travel, ways to manipulate space-time, or even the secrets of dark energy and matter. These advancements could change the course of humanity's future, opening up the possibility of interstellar travel and a deeper understanding of the universe itself. However, with such potential also comes a great risk. The object's unpredictable nature and erratic signals suggest it operates according to laws of physics we don't yet understand. What if, in our enthusiasm to explore, we accidentally cause something disastrous? Some researchers have even speculated that this object might be manipulating space-time, which could have some pretty unintended consequences. The creation of a black hole, the collapse of space-time, or even the destabilization of entire regions of the universe are just some of the dangers that come with tampering with forces far beyond our current technical capabilities. As the signals from the object get stronger, some scientists are also starting to think that this might be some kind of communication. Could the object be trying to send a message? If so, is it directed at us? And more importantly, should we try to respond? The signals are unlike anything we've encountered before. They're highly structured but seem to be indecipherable. They don't match any known language or code, which has led some to speculate that they could be a form of encryption, possibly even a message that has been encoded in a way we can't yet understand. There are some pretty big ethical implications to consider when we're trying to decode and respond to these signals. If this object is a probe, a relic, or even a form of alien technology, we could be dealing with forces that are far beyond anything we've ever encountered. Should we try to communicate with it to see what happens? Or should we just keep studying it from a distance and gather more information before we make any kind of contact? And what if these signals aren't even meant for us? It's possible that this object is part of a much larger network, a cosmic system of sorts that operates on a scale and level of complexity we can't yet comprehend. As scientists keep looking into the strange object and its unpredictable behavior, one idea is becoming more popular among academics, even though it's so out there that it's hard to believe. What if this object isn't from our universe at all? Some physicists have suggested that we could be dealing with an interdimensional anomaly, something that has crossed over from a parallel universe or a different dimension altogether. While this might sound a bit far-fetched, recent developments in theoretical physics, particularly in the study of quantum mechanics and string theory, have opened the door to the possibility of multiple universes coexisting alongside our own. The idea of a multiverse has been around in scientific circles for a while now. If it's true, it could mean that our universe is just one of countless others, each with its own physical laws, dimensions, and forms of life. The implications of this are pretty mind-blowing. Could this object be a gateway between dimensions, or perhaps a traveler from another universe that operates under completely different physics rules? If it's true that this object comes from outside our universe, it'll have a huge impact on science, philosophy, and even religion. Just think of the possibilities if we could access these other dimensions. We could gain new insights, develop new technologies, and even create new forms of life. But at the same time, opening the door to other dimensions could also bring dangers we can't even begin to imagine. What if these parallel universes are home to beings or forces that are more powerful and dangerous than anything we've encountered in our own? Could this object be a sign of something much more worrying? There's another theory that's just as unsettling, and it's one that some scientists have started to explore. What if this object isn't just a piece of technology or a remnant of an ancient civilization, but something far more advanced? Something that operates on a level of intelligence that we can barely begin to understand. What if it's alive? This idea is controversial, but it's got researchers excited. They think we might be dealing with a whole new form of life, one that doesn't fit the traditional definition of biology. The life we know is based on certain chemical and biological processes, but this object doesn't seem to follow any of those rules. Instead, it seems to be made of a kind of matter we don't fully understand, and it interacts with its surroundings in ways that suggest it's aware of, or even intelligent. If this object is a living entity, then the question is, what does it want? Is it just watching us from a distance? Or is it something more sinister? Maybe it's waiting for the right moment to attack. It's hard to tell what it's up to, but if this is a life form, it'd be the first one we've ever encountered. It's like nothing we've ever seen before, a truly alien intelligence. On top of that, this brings up another worrying possibility. If this object is alive, could it be the last of its kind? Maybe it's a lone survivor from a destroyed civilization or even a dying universe. Or, even more worryingly, could it be the first of many? Perhaps it's a scout sent to explore new territories before a larger force arrives. If that's the case, it means we're facing a future we're completely unprepared for. As scientists try to make sense of these possibilities, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. This object is changing. The energy levels are still going up, and the signals are getting more frequent, more complex, and, according to some researchers, more deliberate. There's a growing concern that the object is trying to establish some form of communication, but we don't know if it's trying to communicate with us or if it's trying to communicate with something else entirely. Teams of scientists from around the world are working flat out to decode the object's signals. They're trying to understand the strange rhythms and patterns. Some think the signals could be a form of interstellar communication. They're like radio waves, but operating on frequencies and with structures that are completely foreign to us. Others think the signals might be a form of encryption. They're meant to hide the true message from prying eyes. What's interesting is that the signals seem to follow a pretty complex mathematical structure, which suggests there's some kind of underlying intelligence or design. Mathematicians and cryptographers have been brought in to analyze the data, but so far, they've been unable to crack the code. This has led to some pretty out-there ideas that the signals could actually contain information about the object itself. Things like where it came from, what it's for, or even instructions for those who can understand them. If the object is trying to communicate, what might it be saying? Is it possible that it's trying to send a warning or even call for help? Or is there something more sinister going on? Is it a trap designed to draw us in? The possibilities are endless, and each one is more unsettling than the last. One thing that has particularly concerned scientists is how the object is affecting its surroundings. It's not just sending out weird signals, it's also affecting the space around it in ways that we can't explain. The gas clouds nearby are being pulled into strange spiral patterns, as if by an invisible hand. We're seeing stars that were once stable start to flicker and pulse with irregular intensity. It even looks like the fabric of space-time itself is being warped near the object, creating some pretty strange gravitational anomalies that have never been observed before. These effects are getting stronger every day, and some scientists are concerned that the object could be destabilizing the entire region of space. If these anomalies keep on increasing, they could have a catastrophic effect on nearby star systems, potentially leading to the collapse of entire solar systems, or even the creation of new black holes. The thought that this object could be causing destruction on such a massive scale, whether by accident or on purpose, is pretty terrifying, but it's a possibility that can't be ignored. Given the uncertainty, some say we should take a step back and rethink. Maybe we're not quite ready to deal with something on this scale. After all, we've only just begun to explore our own solar system, let alone the rest of the galaxy. Should we really be getting into the nitty-gritty of mysteries that could be way beyond our understanding? Some say the risks are just too great. If this object is as powerful and unpredictable as it seems, then trying to interact with it could be risky business. In this case, the risks could be huge, with the potential to affect entire star systems. However, there are also those who believe this discovery could be the greatest opportunity in human history. If we can understand this object, decode its signals, and unlock its secrets, we could be on the brink of a new era of discovery and advancement. The knowledge we could gain from studying this object could be a game changer for our understanding of the universe. It could lead to new technologies, new forms of energy, and even new methods of space travel. The stakes couldn't be higher. There's the potential for huge advances, but also the risk of serious problems. But, as is often the case with great discoveries, the line between opportunity and danger is very thin. As the world waits with bated breath for the next revelation, the scientific community is divided. Some people say we should be careful because we don't know if we can control these forces. Others are pushing for a more in-depth investigation, convinced that this is the key to unlocking the next big step forward for humanity. One thing is for sure, this discovery has completely changed how we see the universe. Over the next few months, we're planning to send new missions to get up close and study the object in more detail. There's been some talk of sending robotic probes with advanced sensors to try to gather more data, but even this presents a challenge. The gravitational anomalies and warping of space-time around the object make it really tricky to navigate. There's also the risk that any probe sent too close could be destroyed by forces we don't yet understand. Despite these challenges, there's still a lot of excitement around this discovery. There's a lot of speculation, not just among scientists, but also among the general public. People all over the world are fascinated by the mystery of the object, and ideas ranging from the plausible to the wildly speculative are being shared on social media and in popular culture. Could this be the start of contact with an alien intelligence? Or is it something far stranger? It could even force us to completely rethink our understanding of reality. While we're waiting for the next piece of the puzzle to come through, one thing is for sure: the universe is a lot more mysterious and complex than we ever thought. The discovery of this object has opened up a whole new world of possibilities that, until now, have only existed in the realm of science fiction. What's on the other side of that door is anyone's guess. But one thing is for sure: our journey into the unknown has only just begun. With each new observation and each new signal, we're getting closer to the truth. But as is often the case in science, the truth might be stranger and more terrifying than we could ever have imagined.